why I believe some of the things I believe. As a Christian, I became a Christian because when my 3-year-old sister was dying of cancer, God did a miracle and healed her. I mean, a supernatural, instantaneous healing that nobody can argue with. So I'm a Christian. And I'm sorry if that scares some of you. I don't mean to be offensive. It's just why I believe what I believe. And through being a Christian, I learned another important lesson. I learned to pray for my enemies. And so in this last week of thunderstorms, as some of you lost your satellite dish through lightning strikes, I'm just saying. Anyway. I believe in underdogs. And I love underdogs, and I can't stand bullies. And I grew up being bullied by my siblings as a kid, and when I got old enough to realize I didn't have to take it anymore, I didn't. And I can't stand seeing anyone else bullied. So some people think I'm obnoxious, but when I see somebody getting beat up, I have a voice and I use it. I want to use that voice for you. I want to use that voice for my kids. Talk about underdogs and long shots. My son Cody was smart enough to bet on Mind That Bird. And I come back and threw me a 50 to 1, won $50. That's my boy. The seeds of distrusting the government, I realized this morning around 5 o'clock when I woke up and started thinking about this day, fretting over it. I was thinking about the chasm between the left and the right in our country, and that there's a great divide, and it's a very dangerous divide. A house divided against itself cannot stand, and our nation is in great danger, and I was trying to understand how do you bridge that gap. I would hope that I would stand for not left and right, but right and wrong, and our party is not always right. And I hope to be somebody who can examine myself or what I think or what I believe, and if I'm wrong, that I would own up to it. And I would be someone that represented you with dignity and humility. I remember talking about the chasm. The first incidents I had, I think, of realizing I couldn't trust the government was when my husband and I were first married, and we were doing our road trip. We got to the Grand Canyon, and we used to be fit in our day, and we still had leftover clothes that looked like we were athletes. But anyway, we walked in the ranger's office and asked, if we could take a day hike, a little trail walk. And he looked at my husband's hiking boots. He said, "Oh yeah, you ought to take the Bright Angel Trail. You all could do that in a day." Well, we went skipping down that trail like fools out of National Lampoon, and 13 hours later we came crawling out the other side just in time to see the last shuttle heading for our cars in a faraway parking lot. So I'm sorry if I don't trust the government, and I have my reasons. Look, I don't, there's only 2 reasons that you run for office. Either you lust for power and you're willing to take the heat to do it, or you have a duty. You feel compelled by a duty. And I've been beaten, and I've been battered, and I've been lampooned and ridiculed, and I've been humiliated. And I think about that, and I think about how our founding fathers, they pledged to their lives, their fortunes, and their sacred honor. And some of them paid with all of it. And so if I'm going to crawl away in a hole and hide because they're making fun of me and calling me names and assassinating my character, well then shame on me. I've handed out papers on local issues, and I hope that y'all are no longer confused. When people were telling me you need to talk about local issues, I was confused because Albert Pollard brought golf carts to Irvington. So I'm thinking, does somebody, I don't know if does somebody need a dock permit? They're having trouble getting through. What do you mean local issues? When someone had finally presented to me what they were talking about, I was like, well, dang. Yes, I know what I believe and why I believe it. And I hope that that unwavering confidence that comes from my convictions will encourage you to be, that I will be someone you can trust. Another thing people have been telling me, and I'm not saying in the Republican Party because y'all wouldn't do that, that I need to, stay a little center and tell people what they want to hear just so I can get elected, and then when I get elected, do whatever I want. I got to tell you, do you want me to treat you that way? Do you want me to be a smiler with a knife? To schmooze you and listen to what, pick up on what your thing is and go, oh yeah, I'm all over that. And then turn around and use it against you or blow you off. I mean, there are plenty of people that'll do that, And if you want no candidate, go, you know, I want to, thank you for whatever, but I got to wrap this up. I just hope that in good confidence and good conscience, that you can support me, that I'm not somebody who embarrasses you or shames you, because it's not my intention. For those of you who can support me, I thank you with all my heart. God bless this United States of America. And God bless you all for coming.